بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. السلام عليكم my beloved ones ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah we are going to continue the lessons of Manasik al-Hajj and our session will be today. We were discussing about the conditions of niyaba, conditions of appointing a representative who can represent a person, be it a living person, obviously, because the person, if after death, is called wasi, and the wasi can hire somebody to perform the hajj on niyabat. So basically, the naib can be by a living person, for the living person, or naib can be for the deceased person, to hajj of the naib, the one who's representing. So we discussed that wakala appointing someone until the death, the wakala ends. Wasiya starts by the death. Now, the one who is chosen to perform the hajj on niyaba, on behalf, what is the conditions of that person? So we said that there are four conditions: age of puberty, the being sane, intellectual stability, even during the time of hajj. Let's say if it was periodic insanity, so in the period of hajj is sane. The faith means being follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, because the hajj needs to be performed the way of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam on behalf of someone who was follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. In all the cases, the one who is following Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim would desire the hajj to be according to the methodology presented by Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam to their Shias. And the fourth was that the person who's going to perform the hajj his responsibility should not be preoccupied with a hajj of his own. Okay, now we continue ruling number 104. لا يعتبر في النائب أن يكون عادلا. لا يعتبر. It is not required in the naib, someone who is representing, that he is a just person. So for example, if somebody is corrupt, but we know that he is going to perform the hajj accordingly, according to the rules of hajj. So this is something which people sometimes they have problem with. Okay, that how can I send someone to perform my hajj and he's a corrupt person? I want my hajj to be accepted with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, that is correct. So that will be the primary thing to do, or the priority thing, or the preferred thing, to find someone who's God-loving, God-fearing, or at least is not known to be a corrupt person, adil. Okay, that's the thing. But here they say the hajj is not that person's hajj. The hajj is the person who is giving the representation, giving the delegation. So that person, the hajj is for him. So the acceptance or inacceptance will be to him. Yes, this person needs to perform the hajj correctly. That is what is important, because I am asking you to do something for me. So you want to make sure that he does it right. Now, he was sincere with God, he was not sincere with God, he was good, he was bad. That you don't have to worry about it, because you are the one dealing with God through a deed. And that deed, you cannot do it. So you're doing it through a channel. So he is not that much important. His importance is only focused on performing the hajj properly. Now he does it right. Now he does it sincerely. That's the acceptance would come for the person who is delegating. Okay. Now this is how it is justified by some of our scholars. But the main thing is according to the evidences. When the fatwa comes, fatwa doesn't based on philosophies. Okay, so that's why we cannot philosophize the Sharia. The Sharia is there. If yes, it has a philosophy, it has a wisdom behind it, but that wisdom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might mention it in the Quran or through the hadith of Nabi and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, or he would be just quiet and he wants to see whether you obey my command or not. Okay, so it could be a test. Like for example, Jalut, when he came to Israelites and Talut came out. So the test of Allah was for army of Talut, do not drink from their water, even if you're thirsty. Some people, it didn't make sense. Water. Water? What does Allah want with water? What is the wisdom? Okay. It could be a mere test of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wants to see you in a difficult time. Now you're thirsty. Can you abstain if Allah says don't drink? So in a difficult time, when the army, the big army is challenging you, okay, will you be able to hold fast and not to disobey the command of representative of God? Okay, which was Talut in that time. Or you will, that means command of God, or you will chicken out. So they drank from that water using their philosophy. Like nowadays, people, they use philosophy. Okay. The philosophy has proven that Quran is authentic. The authentic ahadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam are the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the philosophy. That's the logic. Finish. Now, whatever commands come, I don't have to just try to philosophize it. The main foundation of philosophy, logical philosophy, or the logic is there, that the command is from God, be it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, authentic hadith, or Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, or the authentic clear ayat, or the clear ayat of the Quran. It is all command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have to say labbayk. Now I can understand that now, cannot understand. It does not remove the obligation. Obligation stays still. I can't go philosophize things with a narrow mind. There are things people did not understand the philosophy of it or the logic behind it. I can't say logic, it's philosophy, because the logic only Allah knows. That's the pure wisdom of Allah behind our rules, commands. As long as it's in the Quran, in the authentic hadith, khalas, because the Quran and authentic hadith are proven by logical arguments. Finish. I use the logic for the foundation. Now, whatever comes there in it is a package. I have to submit to it. I can't be cherry pick and choose. No, this doesn't make sense. I can't do it. This makes sense. I will do it. No, it doesn't work like that. Like nowadays, many of our youth, they start cherry picking the Sharia as they are the perfect experts in understanding what is sensible and what is not sensible, leaving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aside, who created their mind and sense and logic. Anyhow, so these people, they drank and they became chickens. So now when Goliath comes, they don't want to fight. No. We cannot fight these people. We cannot. Oh, Talut, oh, what are you guys? Because they drank from the water. They failed that test. Now what will they challenge? They're disobeying the command. Talut is saying, go fight. No. Then who is going to take the challenge of Goliath? Dawood alayhi salatu pops up into the history, in the story of Israelite in the Quran. So that is how the command could be tested. Okay, so basically here, what is the philosophy? I mean, why should a person hire an unjust person? Well, the main idea behind is he's representing you. So you are dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's only your robot. If let's say you send a robot to do something, he's your robot. That means you are doing. He's your man. He's your hand. He's your mechanism. So the guy is your robot doing Hajj for you. You are the main guy. You are the person who spent the money. You are the person who's dedicated. You are the person who's asking Allah to accept. You are the person. He's not concerned. He will take his money and finish. So yes, the optimum situation will be to hire someone who's just and nice, godly. But if somebody hires Will the ijara, will the hiring, or will the representation be okay? Yes, it will be okay. There'll be no problem. As long as that the guy knows the rules of Hajj and he's going to perform the Hajj properly. So that's why he says, walakin, however, so لا يعتبر في النائب أن يكون عادلا. It is not required that the representative should be a just person. ولكن يعتبر أن يكون موثوقا به. However, it is required that he is trustworthy. في أصل إتياني بالعمل, in performing the act itself, that initial, the Hajj itself. Is he going to perform it properly? Does he know the rules? Does he know the laws? Does he know ins and outs of the Hajj, the invalidations and everything? Perfect. That's fine. That's what is important here. في أصل إتيان العمل. The original thing here is that can he perform the, so you trust in his originality of performing the amal, or his performance of the original, the act itself. نيابة عن المنوب عنه, on behalf of the one whom he is representing. وفي كفاية إخباره مع عدم الوثوق إشكال. So let's say he comes and tells you, I performed the Hajj. So can I be relieved? Khalas, my Hajj is done. He says it is not sufficient to depend on his words only. You need to find out other ways to know that he has performed the Hajj properly. وَفِي كِفَايَةِ إِخْبَارِهِ, and in the sufficiency of his information about performance of the Hajj, without having satisfaction, without having the certainty that he has performed it, or some kind of knowledge, that is ishkal, problematic. Ishkal means what? That means area of hesitation. When say this instance says ishkal, he cannot say it is sufficient. He cannot say it is not sufficient. The sufficiency itself is in a limbo. Okay, so that's why this is the area of ishkal, is area of obligatory precaution. So what needs to be done? If I don't have the satisfaction that he has performed it, or he has performed it properly, then I have to send someone else on the basis of obligatory precaution. Or I find someone, some other marja in the line of alamiyah of my marja, who allows this kind of sufficiency. If he tells me I've performed the Hajj, it's okay. So from this, we can understand some scholars, they seem to have said, no, you need to make sure that he has performed the Hajj. Don't rely on his words. On the other, so this is this side. On the other side, there are some scholars, they said that it is sufficient. If he tells you, it is sufficient. If he tells you, then it is sufficient. Okay? Say the Sistani is in between. He said, I can't rely on his word as long as his word does not give me some kind of trust, some kind of satisfaction in my heart, some kind of certainty that no, he has performed. So his word, if he doesn't give me satisfactory, if it gives you satisfaction, perfect. But we are talking about it does not give me satisfaction. Should I rely on it? Some Maraja, they said no. Some Maraja, they said yes. Say this Islam says, I can't swing this side or this side. I'm going to be on the stance of obligatory precaution. Ishkal, that means you try to find out more that he has really performed the Hajj, or refer to someone else to who considers this his word sufficient. And if you do not refer to someone else, and if you are not able to find out, then you have to find someone else to redo on the basis of obligatory precaution. Because this last segment is all about obligatory precaution. To redo, obligatory precaution. Or to refer to someone else, that's way out of obligatory precaution. Or to send someone else based on obligatory proportion. So main thing is satisfactory on the word of the the person who's performed the Hajj. Okay, يعتبر في النيابة. What is required? Requirements. The adil is not required, but trustworthy, okay. Here, what else is required? يعتبر في فراغ ذمة المنوب عنه إتيان النائب بالعمل صحيحا. That's the key word. In order for the responsibility of the one who is being represented, the representative, okay, to be relieved, it is required that the representative must have performed the Hajj correct according to the laws. So what does that mean? Therefore, فلا بد من معرفتي بأعمال الحج. Therefore, it is compulsory, necessary for that person, the representative, to know the deeds of Hajj, أعمال of Hajj, actions of Hajj, rituals of Hajj, وأحكامه, and the rules of it. You cannot pick Tom, Dick, and Harry, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick somebody from the street and just go and perform Hajj and give him a bunch of money. No, that does not work out. You need your responsibility to be relieved. Send someone. That's why many of the mu'mineen, they send shuyukhs. But the problem is, they're shuyukhs, they're not shuyukh, they're majlis reciters. They don't know the ahkam of Hajj. So that's the problem. And there are non-shuyukhs, I know. There are people, they're not shuyukhs. They perform the a'mal of, they know the rules of Hajj much better than many of the shuyukhs. So it's not the sheikh to choose a sheikh or to choose someone, be it a sheikh or a non-sheikh, be it a scholar or a non-scholar, someone who knows the ahkam Hajj. Most of the shuyukhs who do not go for Hajj regularly, they don't know all the ahkam of Hajj. And the ahkam of Hajj are like medical research. You know, medical journals and medical research, a doctor is not left alone. A doctor needs to update himself with the advanced developments in the field of medicine, especially his field, be it chiropractic, be it psychiatry, be it gynecology, be it whatever is are there, they need to continuously review the journals and the medical developments and the researches. They cannot just treat someone with the treatment of 10 years before or even 5 years before. Things are developing rapidly. Like we saw in COVID, how the conspiracy was solved very fast, and the medicine, so-called medicine was presented. God knows best. We are not saying yes or no. We are saying God knows best. Whatever happened, it was bad, it was serious. Now, what's the philosophy behind it? We can't say anything. We just say God knows best. Somehow, things have been kept under the carpet, not to get involved into too much politics. Anyhow, so let's say that, yeah, so the person needs to know the acts properly. فلا بد من معرفتي بأعمال الحج وأحكامه. So how can, so as I said, that he needs to know the ahkam of Hajj. Okay. وإن كان ذلك بإرشاد غيره عند كل عمل. Even if it was by somebody's continuous guidance in every action, like when we go for Hajj, we are continuously with the Hujjaj, because they keep it on my neck. So for example, if I go with Hajj, even me, I mean, if I go regularly, I need to take the books of law of Fulan Marja, Fulan Marja, Fulan. I have one bag only, hand carry, with all the manasik al-Hajj, because I'm not a computer or AI or chat bot or whatever robots like that to memorize everything. No, If somebody comes, sometimes I have to look into the law. It's my responsibility. And we have to guide the wajibat step by step. If they mess up with recommended, I don't care. I tell them, if you mess up in recommendations, mustahab, I don't care at all. For me, my responsibility is to make sure that your Hajj is sahih, according to the rule. Acceptance is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why even if that guy did not know anything about Hajj and he chose him, but he was willing to go step by step with the religious guide or the guide of Hajj, be it a sheikh or non-sheikh. As I said, many non-sheikh students, youth, mashallah, they're very sharp, and they have, because they continuously go and they're continuously development, like a medical journal and what they said, we said. So it's like doctor, the scholars, they need to be like doctor, continuously keeping an eye on the updates of the ruling. Especially Ayatollah al-Udma Sayyid Ali Sistani has done a lot of work. He did not just make this Tawzi al-Masail or Manasik al-Hajj and just leave it, just khalas, do taqlid. Continuously in doing research. And that's a very unique point. Very few maraja, they have time to do that. And Sayyid Sistani is dedicating his time, even if he doesn't have, he's putting his time to continuously check and check. So we have not seen a marja, maybe there are, I've not seen someone whose rules have been changed year after year, year after year, year after year. That shows continuous research and looking into the evidences day by day. So that's why we need to check the updates of the fatwas of Ayatollah al-Udma Sayyid Ali Sistani whenever we go Hajj. Even if somebody has gone 20 years, we have to go and consult the office of Ayatollah Sistani and see, are there any changes in certain rules? Are there any updates? It's very important so this person is willing to do step by step. Even if it was done by the under the guidance of some other person, step by step in every action of Hajj. ومع الشك في إتيانه بها على الوجه الصحيح. Okay. ولو لأجل الشك في معرفة بأحكامها فلا يبعد البناء على الصح. There's a general rule which says يحمل عمل المسلم على الصح. If the Muslim performs an act and we don't know that he performed it correctly or not, we don't have any evidence. We don't have it. We'll say the deeds of Muslims, like all these, whatever he does from ibadat, are considered correct. Like a person is innocent until proven guilty, unless if you're a Muslim in certain countries. Anyhow, a person is innocent until proven guilty. So, so should we accuse him for doing wrong? No. Do you have any evidence that did he do wrong? No. Doubt. So, khalas, consider that his acts correct. You don't have to worry about it, unless if you find out evidence that he did not perform certain act correct. So, وَمَعَ الشَّكِّ فِي إِتْيَانٍ. Now I'm doubting, did the one who is representing me, did he perform the acts according to the laws? Did he perform the acts valid? Even if it was because of the doubt I have, that does he know the rules or not? وَلَوْ لِأَجْلِ الشَّكِّ فِي مَعْرِفَتِي بِأَحْكَامِهَا. Because I have a doubt. I don't know whether he knows the rules or not. فَلَا يُبْعَدُ الْبِنَاء عَلَى الصَّحَّةِ. And so it is not far away to consider his acts correct. To consider his acts correct. فَلَا يُبْعَدُ الْبِنَاء عَلَى الصَّحَّةِ. So that means, according to Sayyidi Sistani, when he says فَلَا يُبْعَدُ, it is not far away. That means this is an area of differences between the scholars. So if you are not following Sayyidi Sistani Damadullah, check your marja. Okay? Whenever I say ishkal, whenever I say فَلَا يُبْعَدُ, then check your marja. What does your marja say? So for Sayyidi Sistani, for me, it will be considered correct. Okay? So this is something we wanted to share with you all today. Hopefully this was beneficial. Just let me check one thing, and inshallah we will continue tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين